Yeah, offensive doctrine is something different now, and I don't think I even have offensive doctrine anywhere. Let's see what offensive doctrine... Oh, I do. Organization lost while moving. Reduced is offensive doctrine now. And defensive is plus 30% max entrenchment. That's actually... the number of modifiers I have, that could actually be pretty potent. Especially when you have... ambusher? Yeah, ambusher plus defensive doctrine. Plus guerrilla fighter. You get... there are some interesting combinations. I just wish you had more trait slots. Oh, he's leveled up. Also, it's gone September, so you should be replaced for your previous guy. Though his planning's gone up a lot already. I can't believe your planning is level 8, though. Ooh. Mental. How's Germany looking? Still out of manpower. Their mobilization cannot keep up with their losses. They have lost 12.7 million men now. Of which 7.5 from Germany alone. 1.9 from Italy. 2.6 from Japan. Like, I've only lost 1 million compared to that. Who's lost the most on our side? The UK's lost 1.7. UK has lost more than me. And then the Soviets 2.4. Germany 7.6 though. How? How's the gun situation? Gun situation is almost resolved. How's my construction situation? You are not exporting anything to me. I think I'm going to stop building transport planes. Clearly I have other priorities now, and I probably will invade Japan by sea, now that we have the American Navy involved. That's just saying that I need a bunch more steel, which can definitely be arranged. Right. Oh, and I have some military factories available still. Let's get another 5 of those, and another 5 of those. And can't do rapprochement with the Soviet Union, which means we can't get these, which means I can't get the joint tech, but that's fine. Invite Soviet advisors. Alexander Chepanorov becomes a general. Wonder if he's going to be any better than Falkenhausen. The Soviets have offered to send a military mission to help us rebuild our military. Not that I really need it anymore, but sure. It will amuse me. So I think that they've made the Germans way too aggressive, because this keeps happening. How are the Swiss holding? Mountains. Mountains and a surprisingly large army. I mean, this is just like attacking communist China with no mountaineers. It's not easy. Are we just sinking loads of German convoys at this point? Germans have a ship! Not a fleet. I almost said a fleet. By fleet I mean a ship. Right, how's the Japanese Navy looking? Depleted. I'm disappointed that I can't see more of the Allied combat results there. I would have liked to have seen how many submarines the Americans lost. A ship is a fleet to the Germans at this point, yeah. That was probably their one ship, wasn't it? That's their one ship. We have spotted it. I feel like Sharp when he saw Napoleon in the Sharp series. It's Napoleon. It's the ship. It exists. It's real. The myth, the legend, the ship. No point doing that. You guys, though. Oh man, their combat strength is so low. Yeah, let's push them again. Flippin' hell, Germany. You're making this too easy. H.G. Wells once said the good thing about lead soldiers, they only leave lead widows and lead orphans. Just realised the peace conference is going to be a mess. Well, didn't they rework the peace conferences? I'll be kind of interested to see how that works now. Like, my contribution's at 30%. Am I the highest? What's the Soviets done? 30. The Soviets and I are at the same level. Germany's at 50, Japan's at 24, Italy's at 19. That must be one hell of a calculation now. Yay! Surplus of guns! Oh yeah, the 100 panzers. I forgot about those. And I have support equipment. Oh, those are the... Right, so one of the things that you can do now is steal equipment. So I must be just nicking that off the floor from the dead Germans. Let's see what they are. No, it just says support equipment. Like guns, if I click on the guns, it will show Type 88, Tsingtao, MP18s. Oh, those are the ones I'm making. Type 88s are my old ones. Of course, I'm using Tsingtaos. I'm using beer in battle. Remember how I built up the civilian factories in Tsingtao because I wanted a bigger brewery? They make guns now. Performance has been greatly improved too. They brought in one of the U4 guys to hammer on code. To be fair to it, like, this is still moving at a fairly rapid pace considering the size of the armies involved. Be interesting to see how that compares to Kaiserreich though. Although, bear in mind, this is 1942 still. You guys must be trained, almost. Right, so I think at this point I'm going to go to you. I'm going to say... You know what? Let's focus entirely on Germany at this stage. Mostly because I want Berlin, I'll be honest. Right, then we can delete you, we can delete you. We can go you. Take this, and you take this. And continue attacking, obviously. Do I have any aircraft up here on the front now? Apparently I do, though how on earth they're being supplied I have no idea. And where they're being based. Oh, they're Switzerland. Really? I mean, I know my planes, they can actually reach. Wow. Okay, my planes are awesome. These are heavy fighters, by the way. Okay, fair enough. If you can base them in Switzerland and have them fighting in Poland, More credit to you. Right, let's have a look at Xinjiang and see what else I can be building up here, because I suspect there will be more. How is the integration levels going? Definitely in my favour. Oh, we're on the outskirts. Mine. Are there decisions to help annex your puppets? Yes, but they're horrifically expensive. It costs you 450 political power to annex it through decisions, or what was it? 350 to do it without. Plus you get to build them up in the meantime. Have I tried hitting Ghost Stop near the Field Marshal? Yes, and it doesn't seem to do anything. I tried that yesterday. And we're in. Berlin's mine. Although they're about to kick me out again. So let's get you to attack that, and let's have you come in here. Because you'll stop them moving in. Fall of Berlin. Soviets? That was not Soviet, that's me! Hi, I'm here. Ah. Yeah, they technically got the land, but I was the one here. Yeah, I can't say specifically if I like it or not. I can probably say if I prefer it to Death or Dishonor. I would probably prefer pretty much everything compared to Death or Dishonor. I actually put out a video about how bad Death and Dishonor was. I will not be putting such a video out for this. It's probably good enough. Yeah, okay, another 300, but it's 450 political power plus 90, 180, 270 days of waiting. So this is quicker and cheaper. Reds can probably start pushing as well. Hello, Soviet advisors. I am curious about your general. Who was it? Alexander Cheparov. Level 3 versus the German, who was a level 3. You have much higher stats, except for the planning. So yeah, Cheparov is better, and he's a harsh leader. Division recovery rate is actually a really bad one, especially if you're fighting in China. Though I guess afterwards he'd be alright. Soviet Volunteer Group. Elite Mountaineers. Special Forces Capacity Multiplier +2. 50% research bonus for Mountaineers. I haven't even used any commandos. Sure, why not? Alpine warfare is extremely different beast than the combat of the plains. We should train specialized divisions in this art to make the best use of our terrain. I'm saying Death of Dishonor is Hearts of Iron 4's Mare Nostrum. I didn't mind Mare Nostrum. I think I had more problems with Cossacks than I had with Mare Nostrum. So don't like estates. In fact, Paradox don't like estates. When I was talking to the Paradox developers at ParadoxCon last year, they were like saying, yeah, our biggest regret is estates, and because it's a paid feature we can't remove them. Or we can't redo them. Although, I think they probably can. Do you get cores on annexed puppets? Well, this is all part of China, so it's core anyway. Yeah, Xinjiang. Everything's being built in Xinjiang now. What is that? +0. Used factories 0. Oh, is that because it's in a foreign state? So they could be using some factories as well as my ones. I assume that's what that means. they still out of manpower? Yep. Suppose creating a DLC that requires another DLC would be really unpopular. They wouldn't be able to do it. It's against their entire system of DLCs. DLCs are there because supposedly it lets you pick and choose what DLCs you want to play with in a game. So requiring a DLC that requires another one, they can't do that. What they could do, however, is make it a free feature instead of a paid one, so that will reduce the value of Cossacks, and release it as a free patch in much the same way that they completely overhauled the core mechanics of Stellaris in a patch. You have 7 hours in the Hearts of Iron. How much I have now? Because for a long time this was my least played Hearts of Iron game. Yeah, I only have 679. Compared to 1,200 in EU4. Actually, Crusader Kings I probably have less. 631 in Crusader Kings. So Hearts of Iron's overtaken Crusader Kings at last. And then there's Victoria, where I have 222. But yeah, EU4 is easily my most played. That's why I don't play it so much anymore. I just kind of got burnt out on it. Played it too much. But Rule Britannia looks excellent. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to Rule Britannia. You may have noticed I quite like naval warfare in games. And Rule Britannia is all about adding more to the navies. So, double thumbs up on that one. Also, it's adding idea groups to the Dutch miners, which I'm a little bit excited about. Right. Let's get the more modern guns. Sounded like I was about to cry when I said Rule Britannia. No, I just had one of my coughing bursts. Although it does kind of crack me up that the Dutch update is called Rule Britannia. I know it's the British as well, but the British have had an update, the Dutch haven't. Victoria needs much more concentration than Hearts of Iron or E4. Yeah, that's true. PS GWS mod. I have no idea what that means. Rule Hollandia. Oh, okay, well, so thank you. Oranje Bolven is probably what it would be called. Oh, we got a cut-off. I've been paying so much attention to my front lines that I have not really been watching for cut-offs. Switzerland might actually survive for us to go and rescue them. You know what? I have a new mission. Blues. Your objective is to go and save the Swiss. And you are to be aggressive about it. In fact, so are you Reds. More aggressive. Not like really aggressive, but more aggressive. Fighter detection. Air superiority plus 15%. Although I just noticed how weak you guys are right now, so whoops. Stop your assault. Reorganize. Prepare for another push. Meanwhile, Reds. Your objective is also going to be save the Swiss. And you can do so through the German lines. Ignore Slovakia. 71 organisation. We seem to go through organisation pretty quickly. Wei Lu Huang injured. That was you. Alright, so we'll bring in Cheparinov to take over. Right, you guys are finally trained. I think I'm going to assign you to the what are they called? Garrison forces. Yalta! Seeing a joint victory against the German Reich is inevitable, the United Kingdom and the Soviet Union are looking to secure future stability in Europe. Churchill, Stalin and leaders of other countries. Really? America gets no mention? Oh, that's funny. Have met to agree on the fate of the German Reich. Churchill and Stalin, but not Roosevelt, apparently. I mean, admittedly not Chiang Kai-shek either, but still. Because it was what? Yalta and Potsdam where it was done. Seems like the Blues are actually having some difficulties. Yeah, I kind of noticed that. Though Berlin is well and truly in our control now. Now, I think the Blues were just trying to regenerate and recuperate. They're probably taking some attrition, not a huge amount. Let's go and hit them again. Is Germany still out of manpower? Yep. And they're unscraping the barrel now. Oh, Germany. 8.8 million losses for the Germans now. Oh, good grief, people. Stop dying! You still out? You're still out. Alright, let's send in Fu Zioi. Yi. Who apparently still has trait? No. Does Cheparov have any traits? Zongnan does. Ah, you can get infantry expert. That would seem to gel pretty well with our current doctrine. And another modified government. Excellent. Except I should probably save that for annexing you. So I will. I'm still in cautious advance. No, I'm not. I changed that earlier. See? 2 arrows. Oh. It looks like they've stopped attacking. It's still the Italians who are stronger. The last bastion of serious fascism is going to be Italy. Alright, I think I'm going to leave the Soviets to defend. So I'm going to reduce the blue line to here. And reduce the overall line to here. You guys want to send me guns, which I might well accept now. How many ships does Japan still have? Still too many. Switzerland builds explosives into all of their alpine tunnels under the country so they can blow them up if anyone tries to invade them. Oh, come on! Stop dying! Which one were you? Is that you? Yep. Alright, next. Falkenhausen. Here, you can assist in the invasion of Germany. Go save the Swiss from your countrymen. Elite Mountaineers and Excavation. Marvellous. Let's get Excavation 3. And Heavy Weapons. Requires all the following. Burma Road and the Hump. Oh, there's the Hump. Requires Channel. which requires USA. I'm going to do the Soviet volunteer group. Our air force remains woefully under strength compared to other powers in the region. The Soviets seem open to the possibility of sending a volunteer group. They sent more than a volunteer group. They sent like their entire air force. What's the decision I can take? There are probably several. War propaganda against Germany, war propaganda against the Soviets, which I don't need because I have 100% war support. Emergency factory conversion, women in the workplace. Is that more manpower? Yep. Not going to need that. Improved worker conditions, that's stability. We could use it, but I'm not going to. That is communism support reduction, unaligned increase. Don't need it. Region-wide industrial integration. This one I'm tempted by. There's no downside, it just costs political power and it gives you more building slots. And I suspect that's a repeatable for different provinces. However, for now, I'm not going to take it. So yeah, no decisions I particularly want. So who's going to get there first? The Reds or the Blues? Though the Reds are going a really silly way. Let's not do that. I suspect it's going to be the Blues. Falkenhausen's going to go and save them. Also, I can almost upgrade my aircraft again. Let's go and do that. Heavy fighters. I want you to be a heavy fighter Bs. You can be even more range. Reliability, weapons. Reliability, weapons. That'll do.